Hello. In today's video, we're going to be solving a system of equations using both the substitution method and using a T84 graphing calculator. In the substitution method, you will need to find a variable that's most easy to isolate. I see that this y in equation 2 will probably be the simplest. So let's rewrite the equation. Minus 4x plus y minus 5z equals negative 36. To isolate the y, I'm going to add 4x to both sides, and I'm going to add 5z to both sides. All right, so that's going to give me y equals 4x plus 5z minus 36. I want to substitute this for the y in both the first and the third equation. In the first equation, I have 3x minus 2y plus 4z equals 35. I'm going to say 3x minus 2 times y. We've established the fact that y is equal to 4x plus 5z minus 36 plus 4z equals 35. Let's distribute. So it'll be 3x minus 8x minus 10z plus 72 plus 4z equals 35. Okay, let's combine some like terms. So I'm going to combine these two. So that gives me negative 5x. Combine my z's here. That would give me minus 6z plus 72 equals 35. Okay, I don't like all these negative numbers here. So when I take this across the other side, I'm going to get even another negative number. So that's negative 5x minus 6z equals negative 37. So I'm going to multiply all this times negative 1. That will give me 5x plus 6z equals 37. Let's do the same thing for the next equation. Okay, so the next equation is 5x minus 3y plus 3z equals 31. I want to substitute for my y. So it's 5x minus 3 times y, and y is 4x plus 5z minus 36 plus 3z equals 31. Let's distribute. So it'd be 5x minus 12x minus 15z plus 108 plus 3z equals 31. All right, combining like terms, negative 7x minus 15, that gives me a negative 12z equals, let's take this to the other side, so I'm going to subtract 108 from both sides, so that gives me negative 77. Okay, let's multiply this times negative 1 to get rid of all these negatives. So that's 7x plus 12z equals 77. All right, so I have two equations now. Okay, so now I can take those two equations and we can use the elimination method. So the first equation we got earlier was 5x plus 6z equals 37. And this one is 7x plus 12z equals 77. Okay, so I'm going to multiply the top equation times negative 2. So I'm going to multiply this times negative 2. All right, so that gives me negative 10x minus 12z equals negative 74. All right, let's bring this equation beneath it. So this is 7x plus 12z equals 77. Okay, this cancels. So minus 10 plus 7, since I'm adding here, will give me minus 3x equals 3. So x equals negative 1. All right, so we have that value. Okay, so I want to substitute this x equals negative 1. We'll go ahead and substitute into this equation here. 5x plus 6z equals 37. So that's going to be 5 times negative 1 plus 6z equals 37. That's minus 5 plus 6z equals 37. Add 5 to both sides. So 6z equals 42. So z is equal to 7. All right, now we have 2 of our 3 variables, so now we need to solve for y. And I'm going to go back to our equation where we had y equals 4x plus 5z minus 36. So I'll substitute my x and z into this equation. So y is equal to 4 times x, which is negative 1, plus 5 times z, which is 7, minus 36. So y is equal to negative 4 plus 35 minus 36. All right, so y is going to equal negative 5. Okay, so we have now solved for x, y, and z. When using a graphing calculator, I need to transform these equations into a matrices. All right, where I have an x column, a y column, a z column, and then a non-variable column. Okay, so in the first equation, I have 3 x's minus 2 y's, 4 z's, and this is 35. In the second column, I have negative 4 x's, have 1 y, have minus 5 z's, and negative 36 here. Third equation, I have 5 x's minus 3 y's, 3 z's, and 31. I'm going to call this matrix A. Okay, so into the graphing calculator, I can enter this into matrix A. And then do a reverse row echelon form, or RREF of matrix A. That will give me the values of x, y, and z. Here I have a graphing calculator app off the internet, and I'm going to show you how to insert this. So if I go to second reciprocal key, that gives me the matrix. I scoot across to edit. My cursor is on A, so I can press enter. This matrix A is going to have 3 rows, and it's going to have 4 columns. So now we need to populate this with our numbers that we just generated. So I have a 3 x's minus 2 y's. I have 4 z's, and it equals 35. The second equation is negative 4 x's. I have 1 y, negative 5 z's, and equals negative 36. The next row, have 5 x's, have minus 3 y's, have 3 z's, and it's going to equal 31. Okay, let's go back to our home screen. So I'll press second and quit to get to my home screen. And now to do the math, I'm going to go second reciprocal, which is the matrix key. I'm going to go to math, and reverse row echelon form is near the bottom, so I'm going to go up because it's quicker than going down. So there's my reverse row echelon form. So I put my cursor there and press enter. So reverse row echelon form appears on my main screen. So now I need to get the matrix A on there. So I'm going to choose matrix A. And it's optional to close the parentheses or not, but I like to close it. I press enter. All right, so my answers appear here on the right-hand column. So x is -1, y is -5, and z is 7. Okay, so that gave me x is -1, y was -5, and z was 7. Okay, that's pretty easy. What if your graphing calculator doesn't have reverse row echelon form, or your scientific calculator? We can modify this just a little bit and it'll work fine. So for my matrix A here, let's make it a 3 by 3. It will contain just my x, my y, and my z. That'll be 3, -2, 4, -4, 1, -5, 5, -3, and 3. Let's set up another matrix. We'll call it matrix B. Matrix B will contain the 35, the -36, and the 31. To work this, I will say the reciprocal of matrix A times matrix B, and it should give me the same answers as before. Okay, so back to the calculator again. Let's go ahead and test this and see if it works. Okay, so I want to edit my matrix. All right, this time it's going to be a 3 by 3. All right, so I have 3, -4. I'm just checking to make sure nothing's changed. All that looks good. So I'm going to go back to my home screen. And I'll go to matrix again. I want to edit. And I'm going to go down to matrix B this time. Press enter. And I want it to be a 3 by 1. So when I go to populate this one now, it's going to be 35, -36, and 31. All right, let's go back to the home screen. So if I were to say matrix A, if I take the reciprocal of A times matrix again, cursor down to B, press enter. So if I say the inverse of matrix A times matrix B, enter, and it gives me my X, my Y, and my Z again. So we get the same answers either way. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will try to have another video out in the near future. Have a good day. Thank you very much. Goodbye.